evening everyone and welcome to Sugar and Crumbs. My name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes, and actually I've just caught my hair. I just had a look at my hair in there. Is everyone else having hair disasters? My hair is due to be cut next week and I cannot wait. I think my fringe has gone out of control. I've just looked up at the exact moment. Well, let's move on from my hair. Let's not get into that. So welcome back. I hope you've had a lovely Easter break. Yeah, it's me again this evening, and we're going to do a chocolate birthday cake. Or a chocolate birthday cup. I keep saying birthday cake. It's not a birthday cake. It's a birthday cup with some transfer sheets tonight. This is actually an order for someone, so I do need to do it properly. It's actually for my friend who is, well, she's turning 51. She's already upset she's had one birthday in lockdown. This is now birthday number 2. So we're going to be doing that this evening. So I've got to do it properly. So I've got to concentrate tonight and get it done okay, because this is my present to her. So hi everyone who's tuning in now. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Is it snowing where you are? Because it is where we are. Not a lot, not enough to keep us in, but it's certainly very cold and it has been snowing on and off. So a big change in the weather. So I am not alone as ever. I have got Kelly with me. So hello Kelly.
Hello.
So Kelly's in tonight. If you have any comments and you would like to ask any questions during the demonstration, then do feel able, I can't think of the words tonight, my brain is fried, to ask anything you like, and I'm sure that we'll do our very best to answer those questions for you. So we've got a lot going on tonight, a little bit of tempering, a little bit of piping, a little bit of painting, all sorts of things going on tonight in order to get this finished result, this cake at the end. So if you are anyone who's clever looking behind me, I'm going to just move that out of the way. You may spot one finished flower course. Let me move back there. There we go. So I've just finished filming today my online beginners floral painting course, and that is it. It is there. It's ready to go. So I'm going to be launching the course this week, and we're going to be doing the actual course material is going to have to wait 2 weeks because it's all filmed, but it all has to be edited, and that takes time. So I'm going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks, but I've been very quiet, you see. Well, I've been doing all of this stuff, so but now we are finally there and we have a course for you, so it's all very good. Oh yes, don't forget to like and share. I have to remember to remind you that
I've just also linked.
oh, Kelly's done it for me. She's doing everything for you.
You can already start booking the course. You need to get to that point.
I've just bring Kelly on at this point, shall I? She can just do it for me, can't you, Kelly?
Yeah,
so yeah, the course is now available to book online, but the course material will not be available for 2 weeks. So 17th of April is when everything goes live, but I'll be chatting away about it over the next few weeks anyway, so that you can get to grips with exactly what it is that I'm doing with flowers. So painting flowers, beginners floral painting. We've finally got there. Right, okay, let's get started. So as I say, tonight we're going to do a birthday cup, a chocolate birthday cup. Not like you probably haven't had enough chocolate in the last few days anyway, but we're going to be doing that instead with some transfer sheets. There's only a little bit of chocolate involved, not too much, so just enough to get the transfer sheet on around the cup itself. So a little bit here and there, but that's okay, that's allowed, because we've just had Easter, haven't we? And we've probably all eaten too much chocolate. I did eat some mini eggs this year, although if my mother is watching, no, I did not eat any mini eggs at all. Right, okay, so let's get the cake. So I've done that over here. I'm going to have to just go and grab it. Hold on. I did put that out the way because I had this feeling I might end up knocking it over tonight. So now I've already done a bit of prep on this. So I have done, let me put this other camera on and then you'll be able to see what I've done. There we go. So I've already done a bit of prep tonight. Now this one here is a 5 by 5. I think it's 5 by 4. Let me check. Hold on. Let's get my tape measure out. So yes, it's a 5-inch cake by, oh, it's a little bit taller, 4.5 inches in height. So if anybody is using any of those lovely kits that Carol's been showing over the last few weeks to do some ganaching, you could have a go with this. So you can do your cake, now what's it called, ganaching kit, and then you can do the project that I'm going to be showing you tonight. Okay, so that's what I've done. So I've already done that in advance because I need it to be straight, and I've got lots and lots of other things that I need to show you. So that's why that's already all ready to go. So we'll get the messy bit done first. So we're going to do our chocolate tempering first, and for that we're going to be using our good old Belgium chocolate from Calabal. So I've got some white chocolate in the bowl, in a plastic bowl here, and we're going to be using the microwave method, which means we're going to be putting it into the microwave, and we're going to be heating it up for 30 seconds to start with, then 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir, and we're then going to wrap a transfer sheet around this cake, the whole thing. So I'm going to pop that in first. I'm going to pop that on full power for 30 seconds. Now, for those of you that don't know what transfer sheets look like, this is the one we're going to be using tonight. Let's get this up on camera so you can see it. So this is what it is. It's a clear acetate sheet. Now this one we've got listed as pink and red swirls, I think, on our site, something like that. Now I've joined it, so I'm going to turn it over, and you can see I've joined it at the back here because it's not long enough to go round my cake. So I've already checked how far round the cake is. So it's like doing a very big round cake, a very big, what am I talking about? The little mini cakes, but a big version. So I've taken a tape measure and I've actually joined it already. So I may hold this up on the camera so you can see it like that. You'll see how big it is there, like so. So the tape's on the back there, and then the cocoa butter's on the front. Yes, it is. Otherwise, when I wrap it,
God, that would be the
when I spread it, wrap it round, and then find half is and half isn't, then I might have something to say about that, you see. So that needs to be ready and prepared before you start melting your chocolate, which mine is. So you're going to need to measure your cake. So you're going to need to go round the circumference of your cake, and then you're going to need to do the height plus a tiny little bit at the top, because you don't want it level, you want it a little bit higher. So my cake is 4.5, my strip is 5 inches in height that way, and then the diameter of the cake, which I think was about 16 inches, what I remember, because you need the diameter plus about ½ an inch over the top as well, because you need it to kind of overlap. So that's what I've done, she says. Right, that was the first bit of chocolate done. Let's get the... So we've given it a 30-second melt to start with. Now we're going to put it back in. And we're going to start doing 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir, until it gets to the point where it's completely melted. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on this. I have to keep coming back and talking to you because I don't want to overheat it. So when you start this process, there is just nothing to see. It is literally the same as what I've been, as it looks like when you first start it. It looks like the buttons. It takes a while for the process to get going. However, it's important that we keep bringing it in and out of the microwave rather than just leaving it to run through the whole process. We need to keep that temperature under control. Now, somebody's going to say to me, how do I know what the temperature is? Because I don't have a chocolate thermometer. That's fine, because I don't need one. We're going to do this by eye. So we're going to look for a consistency, and the consistency that we're going to be looking for is double cream. So we're going to look for it to pour like double cream, hopefully, she says, and then we can put it onto the transfer sheet. Then we can pop that in the fridge, leave that to set while we then go ahead and set up the rest of the cake. So we start with that bit, then leave that to set, and then we can go on and we can do our board, and we're going to paint some lettering, and then we're going to do what else are we going to do? Make a few roses. So we're going to make a few chocolate roses as well. And I wrote a list somewhere, because sometimes I get halfway through and I think, what am I doing? I did actually write a list this time. We've got some little items to show you as well to go on the cake, a little cake painting teapot. Because basically, to cut a long story short, my friend is turning 51 this week, and she is my friend that I go, well, she's my next door neighbour, and we have lots and lots of coffees together. But unfortunately, as we all know, we've all been kept apart. So now we can actually start having coffees together in the garden. I thought for her birthday cake, it has to be a cup. So that's what I've gone for, although it is going to turn out more like a hot chocolate mug, but that's fine, because it's going to have whipped cream and various things, or the look of it anyway, on top. So, but that's fine, she won't mind, and that's what we're running with. So we're going for like a patterned mug. You know, people get lovely patterned mugs. That's what we're going for. That's the kind of look for this. But I've got to keep an eye on the microwave, and I mustn't talk too much because I'll forget. There we go. As I keep standing back, you can see all the cakes there at the moment. So this is, anyone who's just joining me, this is the new course. This is the new floral painting course that has now gone live. It's going to be, so it's alive to book now, but the course material isn't going to be available until the 17th of April. So it's 2 more weeks after that, so you can book it, but you won't get the course material for 2 weeks because it's all filmed, but I need to edit it. So it just takes a little bit of time to get that done. But it's 5 projects. Now what I've done is I've also put it on, I put it on as a whole group, so if you can buy all 5 together, or I've put them on individually. Now obviously it's cheaper if you buy them all together, there is an offer on there, or you can buy them individually. It's entirely up to you. So if you just want to do something like Cherry Blossom, then you can just buy the Cherry Blossom class, but if you want to do all of it, then you can buy all of it, and it's now what's the offer?
It's £99, down from 150.
Yeah.
Until the 4th of May.
That's right. That's right. So you've got till the 4th of May for that one. So
And
if
the
you,
other classes vary.
yeah, the other classes vary in price. If you buy them all individually, it comes to 150. If you buy the whole lot of them together, then at the moment until the 4th of May, it's £99. And the course material is coming on 17th of April, 2 weeks. So it's all filmed. I finished today. But if you want to have a look at the course, go and have a look on the school website. You know, to remember, I know Kelly's put a few links up, but my school website is different to my main website. So you need to go onto that one if you want to go and have a look at the course itself. I'm doing payment plans again. If anybody wants to join and they don't want to pay in one go, you can sign up for a payment plan. Just drop me an email and I'll sort that out for you. It's not a problem. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so I'm still mixing. I'm just going to show you where we are at the moment. So you can see it's not really, it's starting to melt, but I can't do anything with that yet. So we've got to keep going. Let's go back again. So keep going, 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir. Did I get a rest? Ha!
Yeah, you had
No.
it. Yeah, you did.
Not long enough, Kelly. I did get a bit, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have a couple of afternoons sat in the garden, I did. So yeah, I did have a little bit. But I was concerned. I was painting Monday for a couple of hours because I wanted to get this done, you see. Trouble is, once it's in my head, I want to get it done. But yeah, so the new course is here behind me and it is enrolling now. So if you want to go and have a look, you're welcome. If you have any questions about it, let me know as well. It can look quite daunting, but I promise you it isn't. Let me show you where we are again now. So there we go. I think there'll be, I'll have to do a certificate as well, won't I? I know what that's going to be about. I will do a certificate for this course as well, but you have to complete all 5 to get the certificate, you see.
Nikki says she's running out of body parts to sell her cake, to sell to keep her cake addiction going.
Oh no. Right, we're nearly there with this chocolate. We're just about where we need to be. Right, let's get this a few more seconds. I don't want to overheat this, otherwise I will regret it. Okay, right, we're going to run with this. Okay, let's turn the camera down so we can see what's going on. Okay, so we've got the transfer sheet down.
You don't want to do it on a board?
No, because I'm going to pick it up and put it on this board. Actually, the
I don't know.
have you got the pink one over there? No? What did I do with
The
it?
big one's on the floor.
No, not that one. Oh no, behind you there's a cake drum. Can you get me that?
This? Or this?
Yeah,
The green
either.
one.
Either is fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour this chocolate onto here and then we're going to lift it up. I just need Kelly to bring this over quickly. Right, can you put that, take that out of the way. Right, okay. I'm going to have a bit of camera switching in a second. Right, I'm going to concentrate now. So this is the rough side up. We're going to put this down. Okay, so let's get this on as fast as we can. That's it. Stop moving, it's not as bad. It's when it's moving, it's not so fun. There's a bit more down here. I might be off camera a little bit at the moment, but I've got to get this on quickly and ideally evenly if I can. It's setting super fast. Right, we're going on to the other camera.
You can't see. Okay.
I'm going to
You just picked it up.
Yeah, I'm picking this up. My hand might be in the way temporarily. Okay, I'm going to wrap it. Nearly there. Okay, have I done it? Have I done it? Yes, I have. Okay, now I'm just going to run my finger around the top edge where there's a little bit of chocolate moving. Make sure it's all on, which looks like it is. Well, that's a miracle. Right, I can breathe now. There we go, everybody. Right, I'm off. That's it. Okay, right. Now, all we're going to do is leave that to set. So we're going to go and put that in the fridge. You see I've overlapped it there? Okay, like so. Right, let's get this out of the way.
Angela's already said it's pretty.
Thank you. Should we just leave it like it is? Right, let's move this and pop it into the fridge. We'll go back to the other camera for a second. I'm completely covered in chocolate, which is sort of mandatory for doing this.
You've only been on 15 minutes.
Within 15 minutes, I'm completely covered in it. Right, let's shut that. And we're going to leave that in there for about 20 minutes or so. Where's the plastic side scraper? Now, one of the joys of chocolate is it sets really quickly.
Question. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. It sets really, really quickly, which means if you've got one of these lovely plastic side scrapers, you can literally scrape the chocolate up, put it back in the bowl, and you can remelt it. So it's really, really, you can easily reuse it. Okay, there's no waste with chocolate, or you can eat it. Isn't that right, Kelly? No, I'm leaving it there because I need it for later.
The question is, can you do the same colouring, like the chocolate around what we did at ganache cake? Can you do that with buttercream? Like, can you do a chocolate collar around a buttercream cake?
If it, yes, as long as it's set. Like, put your buttercream. So I'm trying to find a cloth then. I didn't just disappear. As long as it's set. So when you do your buttercream, when you've got your buttercream on, put it in the fridge and chill it, and then make sure it's completely set, and then you can bring it back out, and then you can wrap it.
Or
so,
give
yeah.
it to Kelly. Jenny's got the right idea.
Or give it to Kelly. Who's that? Everybody seems to want
Jenny.
I need my cloth, Kelly. I can't find it anywhere. Can you see where it's gone? Have I left it over there somewhere? Right. Okay. I'm still trying to clean my table because I've got to roll out some sugar paste on here, and I can't do that with half a ton of chocolate all over the table. So let's get rid of that first.
3 people say, well, Jenny says give it to Kelly, Nikki says pass the bowl to Kelly, and Mary says or give it to Kelly.
Or give it to Kelly. That's all she's here for, really. I'm not paying her. She's only here for the chocolate. I just pay her in chocolate, really. Right, I'm just giving my cake board a quick wipe because that also had chocolate on it. So I managed to get it absolutely everywhere. Right, let's dry this off as well because I can't roll out when I've got a wet table. And that's no good. There we go. Right, so I'm going to cover the board with some sugar paste. That's our next job. So we're going to go for pale pink because the whole theme of this is kind of pink, red and white. That's what we're going for. It started off as something completely different this afternoon and then ended up as pink, red and white because Kelly went home and I changed everything. Isn't that right, Kelly?
Yeah.
It went from there. Right, let me get some water. Hold on. And my paintbrush, which has gone missing. Right, let me grab that as well. Oh, there it is. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Right, okay, so we're going to paint, let's go on to this one. We're going to paint this board now with some water. So the cake I was using was a 5-inch round. This one, actually I'm going to offset this cup a little bit. So this one, tape measure, is 9 inches. So it's a little bit bigger because you need a bit of room for the handle, you see. 'Cause you don't want that hanging off the end, do you? When you go to deliver your cup. make sure the handle's well and truly on. Actually, I need to make that in a minute because I've got a spare backup one, but I'm going to show you how to make a handle anyway, and then you can, if you want to have a go at doing this cake at a later date, you'll know what you need to do. Right, so I have got some pink. Have I got some pink sugar paste here? Oh no, this is some new stuff. Hold on. Right, so we're still on this Satinara stuff, which is actually lovely. I really like it. So anyone who wants to have that go, that's a definite yes. I'm going to get some pink. Let's turn off that heater because I'm starting to cook now. Oh no, that's my light, wrong one. That's better. We've got blacked out then. Right, okay, so we're going to be using this one, Colour Splash Pink. We'll just pop a little bit of that into the middle. I don't want it to be too strong, if I'm honest. I'm just going to sort of knead it so it's pale pink colour. With anything else that happens to be on it as well. It could be blue and all sorts, knowing me. Right, let's knead this and see what we get. But yeah, this new paste is very nice. I think Carol has some on Sugar and Crumbs. Satinara, that's its name. And it is lovely. It smells nice too. So we'll give that a bit of a knead. Let's go onto this camera for a second. Hey?
I said, oh, it's torture sitting in that and your chocolate.
Ellie, we just had Easter. You don't need any more chocolate this week, do you?
Yeah. You can never have too much chocolate.
No. Okay, so there we go. We'll go for like a pale pink colour, I think. That will be fine. Let's see what we've got over here. Let's get the smedges out. Okay, right. Put a bit of icing sugar down because I haven't got my pink board out. I forgot. Okay, we'll just roll this out. We don't need a lot. We just need enough to cover the board because I'd rather have the board covered than not. So keep it moving. Your rolling paste out, don't leave it. Just don't keep rolling it, keep moving it. Make sure it's not sticking into the table or board or whatever it is you're rolling out on. It gets very hot under the lights when I'm demming, hence why there's a little bit of extra icing sugar flying around. You probably won't need as much as me. It gets a bit warm. Right, let's see where we are in comparison. Perfect, that's what we want. Right, so let's pop that on there. And then we'll put that straight on there. Let's bring my chair in for a second because I'm stood up. And then we'll take one of the lovely smedger edges and we'll go round, flatten it all out. And then we'll use the plastic side scraper, not the one I've just covered in chocolate, Kelly.
There's none over here.
No, no, it's next to me. You're all right. You're off the hook with that one. That's fine. And then we'll cut this off. Let's pick it up. There we go. We're just going to cut this off. It's like cutting a pie, isn't it? And the joy of this is because it's plastic and it's not a knife, you're not going to cut yourself, but it gives you a really good cut when you're taking the sugar paste off the thing, off the cake board or off the cake, doesn't matter. There you go, nearly there, done. There we go, lovely. Okay. Right, now, what have I got? Let me find these letters. So I've got some of these letters that you push in tonight. I thought, well, I'll try and do that. Now we can set this up before we put the cake on here. Gosh, let's hope I get it round the right way. Now she's got a, oh, am I missing a letter? Oh no. Am I missing a letter, Kelly?
What have you missed?
Yeah, I've got it. My friend's going to have a funny name otherwise. So my friend is a very exotic name. She's Italian and she's called Evera. So
It's not that exotic.
well, I think it's exotic. Lots of people call her Vera and all sorts of other things. So Vera is her name. So we're going to press these down. So let's start with that, and we're going to press that down. So we get our first. There we go. We can just about see it. Now I've done this before on sugar and crumbs. Sometimes I pipe them, and sometimes I paint them. And tonight I think we're going to paint them. Okay, so I'll press it down, like so.
Going back to the whole cornflower versus icing sugar, is there any particular reason why you use icing sugar? Because you've never used cornflower.
Cornflower, no, there is a main reason why I don't use cornflower. Hold on, I've got to make sure I spell her name right. Evira, E-V-I-R-A, otherwise I'm going to be messing this up. Cornflower reacts with marzipan, and I've been cake decorating for a long time, and I was doing a lot of marzipaning at one point with fruit cakes, and that's why I don't use it, because it reacts, it ferments, it causes all sorts of trouble, so I don't use it. I've always used icing sugar, and I think you just get used to it, don't you? You don't question it after a while. It's only when you go live on here and someone asks me why, I think, like, oh, why am I doing this? I don't know. Cornflower, again, tends to be associated a lot with sugar flowers as well. People tend to use it quite a lot with that. There we go, that says Avera across there, if anybody wants to know what that says. Right, okay, now we can paint that. Should we do that now? Let's get that done. I'm just going to put these back out of the way because I will lose them otherwise. Now we're going to do some painting with cocoa butter. Now I've already had my cocoa butter on the go this afternoon, so let me just show you what it looks like when it's set. So some of my students will know what this looks like. So this is what your paint palette can end up looking like when it's set. So a little bit of a mess. Now this is already set. Can you see it's rock hard? So that's my cocoa butter. Now when I put it into my tray, it looks like little buttons. It then melts. Then I paint with it. When I stop painting and I remove the heat source, because that's what's going on under there, that's why it's melted, it resets itself and then it goes solid again. Can you see that? So without the heat, the cocoa butter goes really, really hard. So I'm just going to take that out for a second. I'm hoping that candle is going to just do the bit I need to do, because it's not much. Oh no, not these matches again. So I've had loads of trouble with these matches. Oh no, there we go. It's cooperating. So I'll put that on there. So this is metal, and you're going to see this start to melt quite quickly. So I've been painting furiously all day, so hence why it's looking like that. This sweet stamp, I think, I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest, it's a pink one. I don't know is the honest answer to it, but the PME have got one that's very, very similar to it. So something along those lines, anything with a bit of lettering that you can use to press into your sugar paste to make some nice letters is a good thing. I know there's a few different brands out there now. There only used to ever be one or two, but now there seems to be a lot more, so that's good. In here I have got... so that is the cocoa butter melting. Look, you can see it going now. This colour here is called Rose. That is a, take note, anyone who wants to do the beginners floral painting class, because you're going to need that one in bulk. Rose is the colour we're using a lot of, so that's the colour I'm going to use to paint with tonight, because I would like something a little bit darker than the pale pink that I've got here at the moment. So this is Colour Splash Pink, and I've gone for the rose colour. I'm just going to use it neat. You can see this now melting. Look at this, it's good, isn't it? And I'm going to get myself a little bit of kitchen roll. Let me get some of that so I can just clean my brush. So my paintbrushes when I teach are all numbered. I'll show you what I mean, or they have a description, one or the other. This is paintbrush number 1. So when I teach my online classes, I often say to people, right, and now we're going to pick up paintbrush number 1, now we're going to pick up paintbrush number 3, and it helps me to identify what it is that I'm doing so that I can make sure you've got the right bit of equipment in your hands. So we talk a lot about these brushes on the courses, and we've got 0, 0, 0, 1, 2 and 3. We've also got another brush called a flat 2. We've got a new brush called an angular brush, which again Actually, I thought that was it, but it's not. It's something else. There's an angular brush and a fan brush as well. And all of these brushes I'm incorporating into the courses all over the place. So you can learn how to use them, not just for one particular project, but for lots of projects. The angular one is the new one, and that's used on the hydrangea course. And it's brilliant. But a bit of a technique on that one, but it is brilliant. Right, look, you can see this is melted or nearly melted, so we can start mixing. So all I would do is put my paintbrush into there and grab hold of some of the rose colour, give it a bit of a mix. Now if I get my ratios right and I've got enough dusting colour in here versus cocoa butter, then my paint will be sort of quite reasonable and quite thick. So it'll get reasonable coverage on it. If you put in loads and loads of cocoa butter, it's going to get quite thin, and then you'll see through what it is you're doing. Sometimes you need to put on 2 coats, sometimes you can get away with 1. I suspect because it's a strong colour I will probably get away with 1, but who knows. I'm going to overload my brush, and because it's a heated product, when you take it away from the heat it immediately starts to set, so you need to work fairly quickly. So let's start painting this in here. Now, anyone who's got shaky wrists or any of those things, I've actually got my whole arm on the table and I'm holding my wrist to try and stop my hand shaking. So I'm going around like that. So that's quite a good way. You don't need to have your hand in the air waving around when you do this. Okay, you can just keep your wrist on the table because it's only a board, so you don't need to lean on anything. And move it. Okay, top tip, move it. Don't have to keep the board in the same place. If you find it difficult, move the board so that you can get your paintbrush into the right place. That's so important. So as I come around the corner, it's getting a bit more tricky. Let's turn it again, and then we'll bring it round a little bit further, like so. Put a bit more. I've got to get this right because it's her actual birthday tomorrow, so we're not leaving here, Kelly, until this is done. We have to get this right. Okay, so there's the E. So if you're not confident with writing, some people don't like to have a go with writing. You know, it seems a bit daunting. You get a piping bag in your hand and it can throw you a little bit. These stamps are quite good, as long as you don't mind. You don't have to paint it, but you know, you may as well, to make it stand out a bit more when you can see it. But there's all sorts of nice colours you can put in there, luster colours or anything like that is good. I'm just going to take my paint back a little bit. So I've got a light shining in my eye over this side. I'm just trying to check what's going on there. There we go. Come round the corner there. I haven't looked at any comments at the moment.
I don't worry, I'm on it.
Kelly's on it, is she? Okay, because I'm looking down. And we'll keep going like that. So I'm just going to paint that little bit. That's the eye. I'm going to just drop that back a little bit there, just so it's separated. For me, personally, I like them to be separated. I don't really want it all joined up together on that bit.
What size brush are you using again?
Paintbrush number 1. There you go. You could use something a little bit smaller. If you find it starts to get really tight, then just go down to a 0 brush, which I would get, but Kelly's been using my 0 brushes.
I'm a big fan of the zeros. Do you want one?
No, I'm okay. I think I'm just about managing at the moment, Kelly. Kelly's been painting all my chocolate bits and pieces for me for the last few weeks, so she's hogging my 0 brushes, aren't you? And that's okay. We've managed to get around it. So this is the R. Coming up here. Come across this way. This is where I realise I've got lettering upside down or something, no my luck. But her name is Evira. E-V-I-R-A. So, around we go. Let's hope she's not watching.
I didn't think that.
I don't know. I'll better find out, hadn't I? She's going to know, otherwise I've done her a birthday cake.
I mean, it's kind of expensive.
It's obvious anyway, really. then finally we've got the A, and then we're there. So when you push these into the sugar paste, push them down far enough, but don't push them in so far that you literally hit the board. So you just, and when you do something like this, have practice before you actually do it. So in other words, roll out a piece of sugar paste and then press it in and get a feel for it, so you know how far to go when you do the actual board itself. It does make life a little bit easier if you can actually do that first. Otherwise you end up with them all at different heights, and oh dear.
Can you paint with Wonder Dust mixed with alcohol like gin instead of cocoa butter?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I've not, do you know what? I've got some Wonder Dust, but I've not used it yet. But I can't see why not. I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine if it's a dust. I'm sure it will be exactly the same whether you use clear vodka or cocoa butter. I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine. There we go.
Just don't paint it onto chocolate.
But just don't, well, if you're going to paint Wonder Dust onto chocolate, you're going to need to put some cocoa butter in there, because cocoa butter onto chocolate is what you need to do to paint on there. Okay, there we go. We're literally there. Round we go. Okay, all right. So we'll leave that to dry for the minute. I'm just going to leave that on. I'm going to move that out the way and just put that there. Now, I have got some of this product. Let me just move that out the way because I don't want that there. Right, I have got some of this. Now, this is white chocolate paste, or it is cocoa form, Squire's Kitchen cocoa form, and this is what I've used to do the handle. Now, you can see it's quite tough, and in fact, when you buy it, it's even tougher than this. It's really tough. It can be literally like a brick. This is the pink version of it, and I'll show you what I mean. It's rock hard, and it's only when you take it out, if I show you what it looks like in there, it's only when you take it out of the packet and pop it into the microwave for literally 10 seconds that it starts to soften up. This one's a little bit softer because I did put it in the microwave this afternoon, but I'm just going to pop it in there for literally a few seconds. Now, if you put it in for too long, it melts it completely, so you don't want to be doing that, but you will need to help yourself by microwaving it a bit, otherwise you won't be able to do anything with it at all. So this is what I made my handle out of. Now, I actually did this afternoon. I've already made my handle, but I'm going to show you anyway, because I wasn't sure if it was going to set completely in time, but actually it was okay. So handle wise, I've used white chocolate because I've got white chocolate on my cake, so I wanted it to match. But if you're doing it, I've also got this product here, Saraceno, which is really good for doing, it's a modelling paste, which is really, really good for doing something like a handle. If you try and do a handle in sugar paste, it's going to be really difficult for you. So you do need to make sure that you use something that's got some gum in it. So something that's going to stand up, because if you do this with sugar paste, it just won't work. And then in order to do a handle, very straightforward. So I'm just going to give this a quick knead first. So because this is chocolate and I've got heat in my hands, the same as everybody else, you're going to find that it will soften quite quickly. So the more you knead it, the hotter it gets, the stickier it gets. So you have to get to a point where you just stop and then use it as is. Otherwise it becomes very difficult to deal with. I'm going to move the board there for a second. So all you need to do is literally just pop it down. We're just going to roll it. Now, for those of you who want a nice even roll, get your smedger out, because if you do it like this, you will end up with it. Oh, we'll end up with it stuck to the smedger. You can get a nice even roll. There's another way you can use it. Glorious smedger. Okay. So all I did this afternoon to get ready for this was just roll like this. Take it a bit further. And press a little bit hard. If you press too hard on this, you'll actually flatten it. We don't want that either. It's literally just take hold of this and turn it and make it into a handle shape. So I literally just did that this afternoon and let it set. So I've just left it like that. I've got my handle over there, but I'm going to keep this one anyway, just in case the other one doesn't fit for whatever reason. This is like where I feel like I'm on pottery throwdown here at the moment. Check that it's roughly level with that, because if you remember, if I turn it like that, that's going to be the straight side of your cake. So if you can line it up, and then you know when you're going to come stick it down that it's going to be level with your cake. Now if I measure, the side of it. Do you remember we said it was going to be 5 inches, didn't we? Our cake. So our handle was, oh, it's a little bit too big, so we can move it down a little bit. Take the handle down to about there, and that will be fine, and then we can just leave that to set, and that's it. And that will take, because it's chocolate, well, it's a chocolate, like a plastic chocolate, probably set for a couple of hours, I'd say, and then it'll be fine. And don't bother putting it in the fridge, just keep it at room temperature, it'll be absolutely fine. You don't need to do that, and you shouldn't have any problem with it at all. So let's move that there. Right, I'm just going to, now I've got this out, just make a couple of roses. I just want to show you how easy this is to use. I say there is a pink version as well, but I'm not going to use the pink version because this pink version actually clashes with my with my board. So I'm just going to make a couple of roses out of the white chocolate and show you how easy it is to do. I love making chocolate roses. It's very easy. Not difficult at all. However, it is difficult when I don't get my rolling pin out. Let's get the rolling pin out, Kelly.
Do you need one?
Well, I've got the big one. I wanted
the little one.
Where's the little one? Is it on the sink again? It's all my enthusiastic washing up. That's fine, thank you. Okay, so we're going to have a go. Did I do with that cutter that I found earlier? Okay, we're going to have a go at making it. Oh, that's what I want. So all I'm going to do is take hold of this. Actually, I could do with a bit more, I've got to be honest. Let's see if we can get a little bit more going here so we can make some bigger roses. So let's go back to the product. Now you'll see the difference. I'm going to show you what it, when it comes out the packet, it looks like this.
Is the pink version strawberry flavoured or is it just straight up?
No, it's strawberry flavoured. So it's can you see it? Yeah, it's strawberry flavoured and it's very strong. But it is made from the strawberry flavoured chocolate. It's very nice. It's plastic chocolate basically. So this is what it looks like when it comes out the packet versus what it's like when it's kneaded. So you can see it's really hard, and that's going to need to go in the microwave. So we'll put that in. Oh, not 20 seconds, that'll cook it. Incidentally, if you do overheat this, as long as you don't burn it, you can just leave it to one side and it will actually come back to being a paste. The only time that you can't do anything with it is if it's actually gone black, and that has happened. Hasn't it, Kelly?
Is this cocoa form, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Right, so we just give that a bit of a knead. So if you do have hot hands and you're working with something like this, you just need to not knead it too much. Okay, you want to try and keep your hands off it. Otherwise you'll find it will be melting absolutely everything. Right, there we go. Now we're in business. There we go. That's it. So let's roll that out. So if you make sugar flowers, you're going to be used to everything being very, very thin. If you're making chocolate flowers, they do tend to be a bit thicker. Like so. You can see what it's like. It's literally like plastic. It's lovely stuff. And I haven't got any icing sugar down either, because I don't really want to be using icing sugar. I want to let the chocolate stick to itself and not use water or gum or anything else to it. So let's leave it about there. Something like that. Okay. Right, now I've just got a little petal cutter here. Anything will do, even the back of a nozzle will do, just something that's round, that's all fine. And then we're just going to cut some little shapes out like so. So we'll just go for it. Now, because this is chocolate, you don't need to cover it. So if you were doing, anyone who does flowers in flour paste will know that they have to cover them as they go along. Otherwise everything dries out. So we have all sorts of mats and things that you can use for that. But because this is chocolate, you don't need any of that. You can just cut away, keep them out until you're ready. And then you can use them from there. So you don't have to worry about any of that. I'll just cut a few more out. I'm just cutting out a random amount now. Go. Don't know if I've got enough or too many, but I'll keep cutting. Okay, right, let's pick this up here. So I'm just going to take some of the white chocolate that's left, and I'm going to put this into a cone, and we're going to build everything on a cone. So these are not huge, these petals, so we'll make them a little bit smaller, like so. Literally like a cone, like that. Okay, now all I'm going to do is just take hold of these petals, and I'm just going to squeeze them, so they will get a little bit bigger. You can see it's gone from sort of that to that, so I'm just flattening them down a little bit, and I'm just going to take them and I'm going to wrap it around my cone like so, so I can't see it. Okay, and then we'll turn that around, and we're going to do a set of 3. So again, we'll just stick them down like so. So you can see just how easy this stuff is to stick to itself. It's brilliant. You can do roses very, very quickly using this paste. So we'll pop that in like so. It's like, looks like a helicopter, and then you're going to close that up. Everyone makes roses differently, so this is my way. I'm not saying it's the right way, because as I say, everybody makes roses differently. This is how I do them. Okay, so we've got it like that, so that's the centre bit there. Okay, and then we will go to the next layer. So again, we'll just use it like so. We'll do 3 this time. So 1, just squash it down, so that makes it a little bit tacky when you stick it down. And then we'll pop another one in there like so, close it up, and then what we'll do is we take hold of it and we roll it back, and then we pinch it. Now by doing this, we don't need any thing like a ball tool or any special mats or anything, and it starts to look like a rose straight away. It would even help better if I was actually on the camera. There we go, so you can start to see what's happening there. So let's go one step further and make it a full size one. So we have 5 on here. So we'll start between, again, just squeeze them down and pop that in there, like so. I'm reading some comments about would we eat these. I would eat.
I said yes, because they don't go too hard and they taste like chocolate.
Yeah, so this stuff actually tastes of chocolate, which is really nice actually. It's not yeah, it's a really nice product, so you would eat this. Yeah, you can make little ones to go on cupcakes or something like that. So that's a big full-size one here. I'll just turn it upside down there, and we can just, you can see that it sort of melts into itself. There you go, like so. Now we need to just do something with these outside petals, so we're going to take it and we're just going to roll them back like so. You can see it changing into a rose now, hopefully. There we go, like that. So if you look at the side view as well, you can actually see the rose on top plus the side version as well. So it's important the rose is like 3D and not 2D. And then when you've done that, if you pinch it, I'm going to have to just move my handle because I need my plastic side scraper, and then take this, you can just cut it like so, and then you've cut that off completely and you've got your rose, and then you can just leave it to dry with your handle. So we'll just do one more smaller version of that, maybe 1 and a bud. So again, you don't have to do the whole thing. I'll hold that up quickly so you can see it. Now also, we're just going to say with this, it's soft at the moment, but it will set and then it will hold its shape. So it's always, you're always going to be able to touch it, move it, manipulate it without it cracking, which is why I find it much easier to do roses in chocolate than it is actually to do roses in, say, sugar paste or something along those lines. It's very, very quick, no extra equipment, literally circle cutter, cone, and you're up and running. It's really, really easy to do. So let's put that down there. And then we'll grab another one. We'll just do a smaller version again, and you'll see how quick they are to do. Once you've got your cone there, you've got it covered, you can then whiz through these quite quickly. So they're still nice and tacky. If you roll it out on, the temptation is to roll this out onto icing sugar, and that's not going to help you. You do need to roll this out onto on basically a plastic cloth or on the pink board, I would imagine is okay for this, because the icing sugar dries it out and then it doesn't work so well. It's much more difficult. Okay. Okay. So we're using Cocoa Form, or Squire's Kitchen Cocoa Form it's called. So it's a chocolate product, and again we'll just bend that back. So you can make various different sizes, so that would be more of a bud size, so we'll go one step further and put another 3 on that one.
Do you prefer modelling chocolate to fondant or flour paste?
Oh no, modelling chocolate by a long way, long way. It's so much easier to do, so much easier than everything. I would hand over do this chocolate roses anytime. It's just so much quicker and so much easier to do. Definitely, if you were doing a big garland on a cake, I would be going for chocolate. 100%. Right, okay, there we go. So that's another size there. I'll show you the difference between the two in a minute, and then we'll chop that off, and then we'll do a bud, and then you can see all 3 sizes. I'll bring them back onto camera a bit actually. There you go. Where are we? There you go. And you'll see them there. And then we'll have another go at doing a bud, so one a bit smaller. Roses, anything floral tends to be in groups of 3. So 1, 3, 5 and 7, so odd numbers look best. So I'm going to do 3, or 3 and a 1. Sometimes that works as well. I don't know how much space I'm going to have on my board, but so these are kind of like backup if I need to hide anything. It goes and go wrong. Oh dear. You can colour Cocoa Form with gel. You can use pastes. You can airbrush them. But you can dust them, but I wouldn't do that till they're dry, because at this point they're quite tacky. So if I touch them they feel a bit tacky. When they're dry you can dust them, you can airbrush them. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
Or you could cocoa butter paint them.
You could cocoa butter paint them, yeah.
How long can you store the chocolate roses for?
A couple of weeks, as long as you keep them out of light, heat and smell.
People said, can you get it white?
Can you get it white? You could. If you want it to be true white, then you could mix in some, there's like white gel colour, you could mix some of that in, which is like Fractal, I've got one, and Fractal and Wilton. Alternatively, you can mix a 50-50 with sugar paste. So you could do sugar paste and chocolate together. That will whiten it up for you, so you could do that. So there you go, there's some answers for you. Right, we're nearly there. So we'll take that one as our final size, shall we? So then we've got a full. And again, we'll just bend that back. But they're nice, quick and easy to do. Look at that. You can make a lot of roses very quickly. There we go, just pinch the back off and cut them off. Okay, right, so let's have a little look at all 3. There we go, look at that little set of roses there. That didn't take very long, did it, at all? So they're very pretty, and then you would just leave them to dry. Again, we'll just put them with my handle's over there as well. We'll let that dry, and very quickly they will dry so that you can then use them as some decoration, which we're going to do later on. So we'll put those down there. Right, okay, back to my list, Kelly, which I've buried under that chocolate over there. We're going to get.
I'm going to have to eat it.
I know. We're going to get. Should we get the cake out next? Okay, right, so let's get rid of this. Once you've finished using Cocoa Form, just pop it back in the bag, make sure it's well wrapped, just treat it exactly the same as you would with anything else. So let's put my roses in, they disappeared. So yeah, just treat it exactly the same as you would anything else, just keep it wrapped up and then you're good to go. Okay. Right, so let's put our board up here. So we've got that ready, and then we'll go and get the cake out of the fridge. Let's see what's happening there. Right, here we go. Don't drop it. Looking at me like that, Kelly. Okay, that over there. So we'll put this up onto the side camera. So hopefully it should work, she says. All right, here we go. So if the transfer sheet has set, let's find it. There it is. Okay. So we're just going to peel that off. Okay. Till we get all the way around, and then we're either going to pull this out or snap it. Let's see what it wants to do. It might just come out this time. Oh no, it's going to snap. That's fine. Okay. So it's snapping straight down. There we go. So we've got a nice straight line down there. Brilliant. There we go. Da, da, da. Now, Kelly, you can have that bit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there you go. You can have that bit. So I don't need that bit. That's where it's overlapped. Okay, so there we go. There's our start of our cup. And we're going to put that onto our board. Let's put that over there so I don't get in a muddle. And we need a palette knife. What palette knife, Kelly? Oh, because it's in the chocolate. That's why. Okay, just lean over there. I'm going to pick that up and just put that there for a second. Bring the cake drum in there. Okay, right. Swap that one for that one. Now I'm going to use a bit of royal icing, I think. I'm going to put the chocolate back in the microwave, so I'm going to need that again in a second. And we're going to use a bit of whipping it up. So whipping it up, royal icing to stick my board down. The microwave going. So now I've got to think about this. Where do I want this to sit? So I want it to sit there. So I'm going to get my candle in. So I need to put it slightly to one side. So I don't put as much on as that. It's actually on a board. So that's why I'm putting some royal icing down to stick it down. So let's work out where I want this to be. I'm going to have that at the back. Okay, we'll pop that on like so. There we go. All right, so far so good. That's it. Well, we need to make our fake tea, Kelly, don't forget as well, don't we? Mm-hmm. We'll do that before we put the handle in, I think, because otherwise that could end up falling out. Now, to make a nice tea colour on here, or a tea colour, you can use some more of this Cocoa Form product. So we can use some more of this one here. Now this one is actually a little bit too dark, so you can mix it with the white. There's no reason why you can't do that, which I will do now. I don't actually need that much. I just need enough for a little bit of a circle. So let's mix these two together. Or you can just dye it. You don't have to mix two lots of chocolate together. You can just get some paste or gel and just dye it. But I just want to make a circle that's going to sit in the top of my cup. So let's try and make Vera's tea look relatively like she wants to drink it, because my tea making is a bit ropey, to say the least, isn't it, Kelly? Mm. You like builder's tea, you're okay. There we go. Right, we'll give that a bit of a need. We need to bring this, we need to make it a little bit darker, I think. I'm just trying to get the chocolate to come back to life as well, so that's going through the microwave as we speak. About 5 things on the go at the same time here. Right, let's try and make this slightly more tea-like. Let's move that out the way. So that fan on my microwave just whirs. Well, it's already tea. I think we decided it was more hot chocolate in the end, didn't we, Kelly? Because it's going to have, we're going to pipe sort of a whipped cream thing on the top. The idea with the whole thing is that this is my friend who I have cups of tea with. It's her birthday tomorrow, and we haven't had a lot of cups of tea this year or last year, so I would make her a cake with a nice cup of tea on it, except it's going to be hot chocolate. So yeah, these are transfer sheets that we're using to this cake tonight, and so we're going to be making it into a cup shortly. What about that colour, Kelly? Is that
Yeah,
tea
chocolate.
colour.
Well, I thought it was hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate colour, yes, I know. I need to keep saying I'm going to actually add a bit more to it because that's actually bigger than I thought it was. So I'll add a bit more. I need the two together. So it's chocolate, more chocolate, and a bit more chocolate with some buttercream. It's all going on here. And then somewhere along the line, let's see if I can find that disc.
What are you looking for?
The 5-inch round disc. So I put it in one of my extra special places like normal.
Do you need it?
Well, I was going to use it to cut that out, but I can get round it. I'll get round it, don't worry. Okay, so we'll put a little bit down now because it's getting a bit sticky. And we'll just move things back a bit. There we go. And we'll roll this out. It's not very big. We're actually going to pipe over quite a lot of it anyway. So not really going to see that much of it. See how we're doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just going to have one more look to see if I can see the board. No, okay, it's fine. Right, so what we'll do, I'm just going to trim the edge off a little bit here. I'm going to trim to fit. It's my attempt at cutting something round. Is this a good idea? Maybe not. We can all make it work. There we go. That's all right. Okay, let's go back to the cake. So we're going more hot chocolate than tea. Right, how are we doing with this? So we need to just take a tiny bit more off. Gosh, that wasn't bad, was it? That was pretty good going. Literally millimetres. Ah, pretty good. I'll just take a tiny bit more off. And hopefully that will be it. Probably gone the other way now. How's that? No, nearly there.
Quick, Kelly, grab the bits.
It's all about you eating all this, Kelly, isn't it? There we go. I'm sure that'll be it now.
No.
Oh, come on. I'm literally a fraction out. Honestly, hardly anything out here. It's just doing it to wind me up now. Right, that's got to be it, surely. Okay, near enough. Oh, God, come on. You little devil, you. Yeah, just about. Okay. No, I don't want that bit showing. Oh, one more bit. Oh, the joy of live cake decorating. All right, there we go, she says.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. No matter which way round I put it, it's slightly bigger on one side. Right, no, you're not having this. I was being all cautious and clever. Look at that.
Why don't you just mark it while it's in there, Mum?
Well, because otherwise I won't be able to see it. Right, that's it. That's it. It's in. That's it. Round of applause. Clapping hands. Right, there we go. We've got it in there now. Okay, it's only meant to give the impression of a tea. So
No, hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. I keep saying tea, don't I? It's not, it's hot chocolate. Okay, right. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to stick the handle on. So I'm going to come back on screen for a second. And we're going to have to temper the chocolate, but it won't take so long because we've already done it once, but we need that handle to stick on. And if we can do it with royal icing, that would be okay. But if I do it with chocolate, it will set very quickly. We're all clapping now. I need help tonight. That was very frustrating, I have to say. Just one of those things. But yeah, the little bit of chocolate that I had earlier on. So just because it's now sort of quite little pieces. It won't take very long, so we're just going to give that a quick few blasts in the microwave, few 10 seconds, and that should be enough to get our handle to stick. So I'll keep my eye on it. So this is a handle that I made earlier today. It's all fine, all set. And so I didn't do anything particularly special other than anything different than what I've shown you already. Put that back in here. Because it's now like tiny shards of chocolate where it's been tempered and then it's been put back into the bowl, it's much easier to temper again than it is when it's button form. So it won't take as long. In fact, all I need is it to be a little bit melted so I can glue on the handle. I don't need to even have it completely melted. And also, when you do this, just think about don't use buttercream to stick a handle on because it will just fall off. Buttercream won't stick anything. Did I actually switch the microwave on? I can't remember.
No idea.
I might have to just stir it because I can't remember if it actually did anything then. Yeah, buttercream's not going to hold the handle in place. You are going to need to use chocolate or royal icing to hold it in, otherwise it'll be off. We're going to use chocolate because it sets quicker than royal icing. So by the time I've moved this around a little bit, potentially it might fall off.
You cut your wrist?
Hmm?
Someone says, have you cut your wrist?
No, it's food colouring. This is me we're talking about here.
I did think.
It's always food colouring. No, it's red food colouring. I don't know where it's come from, mind you. Nothing would surprise me, knowing me. Yeah.
Don't forget to like and share.
Don't forget to like and share. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, don't forget to like and share. We're nearly there now with our tempering, so we should be able to use this any second. Yeah, don't forget to like and share while you're waiting. That's good. So yeah, we want kind of more of a paste, I would describe this chocolate as, than it being too runny. So it's quite thick. That's easier to stick on things like handles and that than when it's really runny. So we're going to leave it like that, she says, hopefully. Right, let's go down onto this camera here. Okay, so we're going to stick our handle on now. So this is the one I made earlier.
Why don't you stick it where the line is?
No, I'm not going to because it's on the wrong side. Okay, so it's going to stick like that. I'm going to take hold of the chocolate. Just put a little bit on there. Now you need to stick it on fairly quickly because if you don't, I'm going to put that on now. Just hold that in place for a second. Let's turn that around so you can see it. So make sure you've got enough on there, but because it's more paste-like than it is runny, it's going to set much quicker. There you go, it's set already. See, I can move it around. No problem at all. There you go. Okay, so that's that done. Now, oh, actually, while we've got this on the go, we will put down the roses, and we've also got some nice painted bits that Kelly's done for us that we're going to put on the board for my friend. Now we've got a very nice, sorry, I just kicked the camera there, tea and biscuit mould. I'm going to show you these now, little hand painted teapots and teacups. There we go, that Kelly's painted earlier today. And we do a very nice little class on this, and this evening I put this on a little offer, so Kelly will put the link.
Which you didn't tell me
which
about.
I forgot to tell you about, Kelly, but there is a nice little class showing you how to make and paint these. There's a little cupcake that goes with it as well, but the absolute highlight of this, of course, is the little mini biscuit that goes on there. But there is a little class that shows you how to do this particular work. So if you're interested in that, Kelly will put a link up for you. Just go to the school site, you'll find it on there, and you'll be able to see it. So let's bring this round, and we're going to put a few little bits and pieces on there. So I'll just melt this a tiny bit more because it's set again.
Wow, who painted those?
Who painted those?
It was me.
It was Kelly. Kelly's been my painter recently. She's done loads of painting. And she's done a good job, so she's permanently hired now. She doesn't realise this yet. Right. Okay, that's better. Right, so what I'm going to do, let's take my paintbrush from earlier. Let's make sure it hasn't got any funny colours in it. The last thing I need is it to have green in it or something. Okay. Actually, I'll use the back of it, it's even better. So we decided earlier we were going to do a little sort of, oh, let's go down to, actually I might move this to the other camera a second, hold on. Let's have a little swap round. I can't squash any of Kelly's work because she'll tell me off. Right, let's move this over here onto this one. I know you can't see it at the minute, but you will be able to in a second. And we've had a little shift. There we go. That's what we're looking at. She's very good at painting, aren't you, Kelly?
Yeah.
So we're going to take our little cup and we're just going to put a little bit of chocolate on the back there. And we're going to put that next to my friend's name there. And then we're going to take...
Oh, thank you, by the way, for the compliments.
Who's
I
that?
was too busy researching, finding links for someone.
And then I'm going to put some chocolate there onto that, and we're going to have this pouring into the cup like that. How cool is that? We should paint some tea.
That's what I said earlier.
We need some brown then. Can you pass me some brown food colouring?
Yeah, of course.
Let's paint some tea going into this cup. Or not, yes, it is tea in this case. There you go, look at that. And then what we'll do is we'll put a little cupcake next to it. Extra pay in the evenings. I tell you, they're on your side, Kelly.
Which way is the camera on? It's not on the top, is it?
No, not at the moment, thank you. Right, let's put a little bit of brown dust in there. We might paint a bit of tea going in or something, but we'll have to tone it down a bit because this brown is quite dark. It's a real tea colour. Okay. And then what
Do you have white? Do you need white?
we do now, I've got white. What we'll do is we'll put the...
You are so clever, Tracey Mann.
We're going to put some more chocolate on there, and what we'll do is we'll put a little cupcake there next to it. Does that make sense? Yes, it does.
Someone's just asking, when you book a course, what email is it coming from? As in, like, what's your email that it would be sent from? What is your email that you are sending out the course links to?
Their email.
Your email, as in you, Tracey.
Well, I've got 2 email addresses, Kelly.
Yeah, which one?
traceyscakes@btinternet.com is my usual one.
Is that what you're sending the courses out on?
I don't know, because I'm not sure how that bit's set up. That I'd have to ask Jane on my website. If you book a course, we have to manually enrol you. So if you go ahead and book a course of any description tonight, we have to go back and we have to enrol you. So you won't suddenly get an instant link. You'll have to wait for us to go back and enrol you. And certainly with the flower course at the moment, because it's not open, it will be a couple of days before you get your link. So anyone who's already got classes with me on the platform that we use, which is called Teachable, you will get, your course will be added into there, so you won't get an automatic enrolment. Now I've just painted a bit of brown here, and we're just going to pour some tea into the cup. I think that's what we're going to try and do anyway.
You should probably paint the cup as well.
Yeah, I'm going to, Kelly. I should have got you in to do this bit.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so we'll paint a little bit of tea. It's very dark, this tea. Well, it's hot chocolate, isn't it? So coming out of a teapot. There's a bit of a story going on here tonight, isn't there, by the looks? Okay, there we go. Am I still on camera? Yes, I am. These are called tea and biscuits, these moulds, and cupcakes. They are on their website. Kelly will put a little link up for you. Oh, you've done it. You're a good girl. We've also got a painting class for this online on how to paint all of these, and it's such a nice one. It's even though we just had Mother's Day a little while ago, it's still a lovely class to do this. Really popular, really pretty. There you go, look at that, nice little cup of tea there and a cupcake. That's my friend to a tea, I can tell you. Right, let's put on, I'm just going to blast this once more. It keeps setting. We're going to put the roses on in a second, and then we'll do the top part. Actually, while we've got it on here, we can do the ribbon as well. We'll do that last, actually, before we get to the end. Now, we've got these lovely little biscuits.
Who also painted those?
Who painted by Kelly. I know. You've been a very busy girl this week. We've only got a limited number of these tea and biscuits cutters or moulds because they're quite difficult to get in stock. I'm going to show you quickly what they look like. They look like this. So that's the cupcake one. It's got 4 different cupcakes on it, so it's quite pretty. You can paint up different ones, but with that is tea and biscuits, which is this one, which has actually got a little spoon as well, and a little nice biscuit for those of you that know what they are.
I love nice.
You like those, do you? So it is quite a sweet little one. There you go. Okay, right, let's get the... Yes, Kelly?
If someone has placed more than one order...
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just
just
sort of...
just add it and we'll combine it.
Oh, yeah. As long as it's not a class and then a... that's fine, yeah. Of course. Of course. You don't want to pay more postage than you need to, do you? Right, we're moving cameras, everybody, hence why it's all gone a bit pear-shaped. Right, let's move that out the way. Just move my handle. See, this handle that I've made a while ago is already set, so it does set quite quickly actually, so don't be put off by that. Okay, here we go. So we've got our cake here. Now what we'll do...
Don't forget, Kelly, you're doing a live for us one night.
I know, I'm working...
How could I forget?
She hasn't stopped talking about it, have you, Kelly? It's keeping you awake. Right, so we're going to put these roses on now. I'm just going to put them... I think I'll put them just here. Put one there. Let's have a little look and see how we're doing. Yeah, we'll do that. So again, just a little bit of chocolate on the bottom. I'll put that like so. And then we'll put another one. Should we do that one there? Set it back a little bit. I've got it in the wrong place. Let's go back a bit. There we go. That's better. Okay, put one on that side. Might just do the 2 actually. I'll keep that other one back for a second. Okay, something like that. And then those lovely little biscuits that we've got, we're going to put those in the top, won't we?
Yeah.
We put them on the board as well?
I think do them on top first before you use...
Good plan, in case we don't have any left. So we'll keep those back. Actually, I will use this other rose because I've made it and I want to use it. So I'll just put a little bit of chocolate on that. And we'll just tuck it in behind the handle there. It's just meant to sort of be a little bit sort of afternoon tea-esque, if you know what I mean, with a funky cup. That's how I describe this. Right, okay, so let's do the top now. So we're going to do some piping on here. So I'm going to just come back on camera a second because I'm going to have to just adjust my other camera so we can go up a bit. There we go, otherwise you're going to end up feeling like you're on a boat. Right, so let's use this one. So we've got the beloved 1M nozzle, that one there. So we're going to, oh, it might help, there we go. And we're going to put some buttercream into that. I've got another palette knife. Big palette knife I've got, it's covered in chocolate at the moment. No, everybody is covered in chocolate. I'm going through more and more by the second. Okay, right. So, just going to put some plain buttercream or buttercream made with icing sugar and butter.
You could use whipping it up.
Or whipping
What
it up.
is it called? No.
Yeah, you could use
yeah.
Swiss meringue buttercream, isn't it? You could use that.
Because then you can have a good flavour.
Yeah. So you can use any of the flavoured icing sugars as well though, couldn't you? Like lemon flavour or lemon drizzle or one of Carol's new flavours.
Bakewell tart. Is that?
Yeah, I know you're obsessed with that one. I don't know if they've still got that one, Kelly, but if not, you'll have to appeal to Carol.
I will. If she's got rid of it, I'll make an appeal.
Right, okay, so we've got that in there. And what the plan is to do a big swirl on top of here. I hope.
Why did you do that? Why did you look at me like that?
I don't know, I just looked at you for a second, just sort of think about this. Right, so we'll start in the middle. And we're going to go round.
Like a Mr. Whippy machine.
like a Mr. Whippy machine. Okay, and then we'll go up. I'm running out of buttercream. Oh, that could not have been done any closer if I tried. Okay, there we go. Let's move that back a little bit. Right, okay. Now we're going to...
You've gone all red.
Oh, I've gone red. Okay, now we're going to put some of these little biscuits,
Jammy dodgers.
little jammy dodgers into this, like so. There we go. And then we've got some of these mini marshmallows. So we'll put some of these in as well. So we'll add a few of those, shall we? All the pink ones I'm picking up at the moment. Okay. Now I also bought with me, seen those red heart sprinkles that I picked up? Well, the ones that are in that twist packaging. Oh, there it is. Under there. Right. So we'll put some little hearts in there. So I've got these little tiny red sprinkly hearts, so we'll pop those in. Pop those in there as
We're all
well.
saying it's beautiful and lovely.
Pretty. And then I'm going to put some of these biscuits on the board, Kelly, I think. So
Okay.
I've got a few left over now.
Everyone's saying, how about a flake? But we didn't plan that.
No, we haven't got any flakes with us. I don't think we would get past Kelly with the flakes. Or me, actually. Okay, there we go. So we've got that there. That's okay. Right, now, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, we're going to use these little biscuits because they are so sweet. We'll put some of these on here as well. I'm just going to use a little bit of buttercream actually to stick these down because it doesn't matter. They're not going to be...
Because the chocolate keeps setting.
It's chocolate keeps setting, but it's not going to matter anyway. So we'll go down onto the board and we can just make a couple together like so. There you go, because then they match the top then, like that. In fact, even those little red hearts, sprinkles, you could always put a couple of those on the board just to match it all up. I'm always quite keen to have things on the top and things on the bottom. Yeah, chocolate spoon. Funny enough, that was on my list because I've actually got a chocolate spoon mould that's just arrived, and I was umming and ahhing about that, and then thought, no, I wouldn't at the last minute because I thought this was going to take me a while to do. So I just put a little heart there. There you go, something like that. A nice little cup. Now we need some ribbon. This is always a crisis moment for me because I either can't find the scissors or the glue or the ribbon, one or the other. Last week it was the ribbon. And this week I think it could well be, and I've got everything, which is unbelievable. There we go. Right, okay. Let's put this on here. So I've got Pritt Stick. Don't faint, everybody. I found the Pritt Stick. It's taken me weeks to find it, but I'm just going to go round. Let's get rid of all the chocolates on here. There we go. Right, and then I've got a 15mm sort of an off-white ivory type ribbon. I need to get some more pink ribbon. I seem to have gone through it like wildfire. And we'll go all the way round. Like
red hearts are the new silver bowl.
they could well be. And please note there are no butterflies at the moment. We haven't put any butterflies on tonight. We've managed to resist because butterflies have been on absolutely everything for weeks. There we go. Cut that off and then pop that on there at the back. There we go.
Wow.
How about
it's so cute.
that? No, I'm not putting Pritt Stick on the cake. Not yet. I haven't completely lost it. Right, let's move a few things out of the way so you can have a little look. Now look, all these little bits that are left over, these little bits that Kelly's painted. They could go on cupcakes, you see, so there's nothing lost. In fact, my class is about using those on cupcakes, so you don't have to put them on a main cake. But that's actually quite sweet, I think. You've got a nice little mug, a few little roses, obviously indicating that we drink lots of tea. Nice little thing on top there. So it's a really pretty little cake. And there's no silver balls tonight. No, I haven't put any of those on. I've managed to resist. And butterflies. There's no butterflies either. So there we go. All right. Very nice indeed. Right, let me pick this cake up. This is always the moment, isn't it, where everyone goes, don't drop it. Actually, it's not too heavy, this one, so we're okay. There we go. So you can have a little look. There you go. How about that? Let's tip it forward a little bit so you can see. This is where it all slides off. Okay. What confidence I have in myself, Kelly. There you go. It's all pink and red and lovely. That goes very well together, doesn't it? So there you go. That's how to make a, what would we describe this?
Chocolate birthday cup.
A chocolate birthday cup. Yes, you see. So inside here I had a vanilla sponge cake, which I had covered with ganache. So you could use that lovely kit that Carol's got to get your nice square, straight edges. Needs to be as straight as you can get it if you're going to wrap a transfer sheet round it, because if it's not, then you find the chocolate's got nothing to set with. So to use that kit and then to put the transfer on would be a really good thing to do, actually. Then we cut the transfer sheet to size. So we measured it first. And then we've got the height and the width with an overlap of about 1/2 inch going all the way round. Then we stuck it together with a bit of parcel tape to make sure it didn't fall apart. Sellotape is okay, but parcel tape is better. It sticks. It sticks to the transfer sheet better than sellotape. Sellotape, once it gets water on it, it's a bit of a nightmare. Then we melted the chocolate, so we then had to temper it. So tempering chocolate, very important. Had to make sure you've got that. We could have done with a straw in this. I've got straws at home. I'll take a picture of it with a straw. You're shaking your head now.
It needs a straw.
It doesn't need a straw. Okay. And then we made the handle. We left that to set as well. So remember, this was made out of a product called Cocoa Form. We then put on the board, we stamped the word Evira in there, which is my friend's name. And then we put these little decorations on here that Kelly, not me, had hand painted in advance. And then we put these little bits on here as well. And then we made some chocolate roses as well. So you've had absolutely everything, haven't you, really? It's been a lot going on this evening in order to get to this point. So there you go. Right, let me put this down. So I will be back on Thursday at 11:30, where I'm going to be painting. I'm going to be doing some painting. It's going to be coffee jars. What are they? Coffee cups. We're having a cup week. Is it cup week? We've got a themed cup week and we didn't even know it. Coffee cups.
Yeah, take away coffee cups.
Yeah, take away coffee cups. Don't let me sing. I'm trying not to sing. I was singing you that song earlier today and it was totally wrong. It was the Take That song. No, don't ask me to sing it now. You're looking at me. It's got that's it, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to be painting coffee cups at 11:30 on Thursday morning, which is going to be part of some of the new floral painting. So I'm going to be showing you how to paint some flowers onto there. So you know those lovely reusable cups that you get? That's where the ideas come from. So I've made some cookies and I've cut out some sugar paste, let that dry, and we're just going to paint a few flowers and bits and pieces on there. They look really cool. So I'm going to do that for you on Thursday morning. And if you're at work on Thursday morning, you can always watch all of these live demos again on catch up, and I also upload them onto my YouTube channel as well, so you'll be able to catch up from there. So back on Thursday at 11:30. Which way am I going? That way. The new course is now live, so if you do want to go over and have a look at the new floral painting course, remembering as well that it is one floral course, so 5 lessons together, or you can have them individually. It's entirely up to you, but go and have a little look and you'll soon realise exactly what it is I've done. Well, I hope so anyway. There will be more information coming out as the week goes on. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you've all had a lovely Easter. I'll see you again at 11:30 on Thursday morning for some more painting coffee cups. We've done a whole themed week, Kelly, and we didn't even know it. It's only when I said it I thought, we've got a theme going on this week. How did we do this? See, this is it. We don't even need to plan it. These things just actually happen. Right, have a good evening. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.